I would like to start by putting you in my feet for just a second and try to imagine like corporate software. Corporate software like SAP and Lotus Notes. Do you think that it's like a pleasant experience, very easy to use, a great graphical interface and stuff like that? No, I sure don't. So therefore, I represent O-viu, and we are all about supplier data. We automate it and we visualize it, and O-viu will give an overview of your supplier data. And we have identified some problems with supplier data. The companies, they do have the supplier data, but they have it in loads of different systems. And also within companies, there are, of course, many different positions within the company. You have, for example, the CFO, and the CFO might have some data needs. He might want to know how much are we spending on suppliers. And the purchasing manager maybe wants to know how are the suppliers performing. And they need to gather all of this data from multiple data sources, and they do it from these corporate software in many different systems. And we think that for sure that there must be a better way to do this. So we created O-viu, and O-viu gathers all of this data into one single place. It will adapt its interface for each different position within the company, so that the CFO or the sales rep or the purchasing manager will get the data that they need. And also, of course, the data quality will be higher as you have like a single point where you get the data and update the data. So how have we done this? We went out and spoke to over 40 potential customers. We made focus groups, we conducted focus groups, and we took samples of supplier data. This is an example of supplier data from one of Sweden's largest grocery stores. So we took this and all of this input, and we started to, like from the ground, make sketches of how like the perfect system would look like. And we created some mock-ups. And these mock-ups we have as a foundation of when we develop this web application. And it's being developed right now, and the proof of concept will be ready in a couple of weeks. And we will use this proof of concept to try this on our potential customers and to have like a customer focus development so we can further develop this software. So what do we think that the benefits of this software is? First, we make this quite complex data picture more easy to understand. And like I said before, like it's more fun to use than the current solutions. We strongly believe that. And you can act on more clearer data. It's adapted to you as well. And it's also customizable. So even though you feel that you don't get the right data, you can change that in the system to have the data that you need. And we put a lot of emphasis in designing the software so that it looks good and to increase the usability of the software. And one very important aspect of this is, of course, the data integration. It needs to be able to integrate into all of these different data sources that we pull out the data from. So we created an API to do that as well. And that needs, of course, more development. But it's easy to connect to other data sources. So the continuation of the project. This project will continue. It will continue with very dedicated and experienced idea partner. And we also have a call to action for you. We need a software developer or a web developer, I would say, to develop in the frameworks that we're using, which is Angular and Node.js. So please, if you think that this sounds like a terrific company, please contact me, or if you have like any friends or whatever, please contact us. Thank you very much.